All right. Jackson, just tell us about these last couple games for you. I mean, it's been a special time where you've been able to step in, and it seems like a lot of guys are really liking what you've produced. What's this been like for you internally, taking over as Iowa's QB?
I mean, it's been great. Just a lot of help from the guys, a lot for the O-line, Coach Lester, receivers just all helping me out, bring me up to speed, and it's been good. Yes, sir.
Looking back to August, could you have ever imagined being in this spot where you're starting and you're going into the last game as a starter?
I could have imagined it, yeah. I mean, I'm confident in my abilities and I know what I need to do out there to play well, so yes, sir.
What's this last year been like for you overall?
It's been tough. I mean, the transfer portal, it was a crazy place to be in. Just didn't know if I was going to end up eventually having a home. And just thank you to Coach Lester for bringing me in and giving me an opportunity.
Let's set the rumors straight. Were you a scout team linebacker?
No, I've always been in a gold jersey out here. But yeah, I don't know where that started, but yes, sir, yeah.
You have no idea where that came from?
No, yeah, I don't know. But, I'm sure just someone making a good story, but yeah.
What do you think about the nickname, Shaq?
I think it's pretty funny. I mean, I got it when I first got here, and they gave it to me, and I thought it's been a good time. Everyone's having fun with it.
Have you seen Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I can see the resemblance a little bit. Yeah.
Do you know who started it in particular, or was?
It was actually Bug. Like my first day, he ended up transferring, but
Lachey?
Yeah, Lachey. He said it kind of just caught, but yeah.
So you've never been called Shaggy before this?
No, not before this. No.
You seem to have no nerves out there. Where does that come from?
I mean, it's just being confident in yourself, knowing what you got to do out there. I mean, obviously it's a little nervous like right before the games, but other than that, after the first play that goes by, you just got to be locked into what you need to do.
They say you have the best arm on the team. Is that something you've always had?
Yeah, I've always had a big arm. I mean, you can watch high school film. It's the only film I really got besides the last two games. But, yeah, I've always had a big arm, yeah.
Can you walk us through the moment? It would have been probably last week sometime that Kirk, sat you down and told you they were going to be starting against Maryland. Just what the emotions were like in that moment, what you were thinking, what went through your mind when he told you that?
He never really sat me down, but we just, going through practice, I was repping with the ones, and I was ready to go, and they just helped me out all week. Yes, sir.
Anybody in particular that has been running with the ones that's maybe taking some extra time to work with you and get things going, or has it pretty much been Coach Lester? Or?
I mean, it's just everybody. I mean, me getting extra throws with Gill after practice and Bowie, and just the whole line just rallying around me, so it's been real good.
How much easier is it playing quarterback when you run for almost 300 yards in a game?
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier, when you can just hand it off to probably the best back in the country, so that makes it a lot easier, yeah.
What are some things you've learned from Cade and Brennan, especially the other two guys who've started this year? What have they taught you or helped you learn as you've stepped into the starting role now?
Just coming in, just watching the way they work, the way they prepare. I mean, they're both great guys, work really hard, so just watching the way they operate.
At what age did you realize you had a really good arm? Like how early in your life is?
I mean, I don't think it's there's a specific age. I mean, it's just when you've been working at it for so long, it kind of just develops like that. So, I mean, I've been throwing with my dad since I was 4 years old, just playing catch outside on the beach. So, yeah.
Do you have any favorite memories with Dad?
Favorite memories with my dad?
Or just throwing on the beach or anything like that?
Probably, yeah that. It's just throwing on the beach with my dad, just, yeah.
Have you had some time to just sit and reflect on this journey and getting here and now being the starter, going from 4th, 5th string and now being the guy?
I don't think it's time to reflect now. I know we got another game coming up, but definitely my parents were very happy after the game. They talked to me, just talking about where I was just 6 months ago or something like that. But yeah, no, it's been very cool.
What's weather-wise the coldest game you've played in?
-14 at Air Force, so that was a pretty cold one. Yeah, I feel like I am. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did you play in that game, or?
I didn't play in it, but I was there.
Maybe
but
worse, probably.
I played at Colorado State, and it's similar weather out here, maybe a little bit colder sometimes. So I'm ready to play in it. Yep.
Is it better when you're at least playing in it, where you're at least moving around a little more?
Oh yeah, playing in it is way better. You're moving around, you're all warm. It's worse when you're just sitting on the sideline, just sitting in the cold. But yeah, no.
Jackson, a lot of seniors on this team, guys who have played in Big Ten championships before. How cool would it be to send them off with the win for the final home game?
I mean, that's the goal. I mean, that's the number one thing we got to focus on right now. Just preparing and beating Nebraska.
What was your high school recruitment like? What type of attention did you get coming out of high school?
I was committed to University of Washington coming out of high school, and then they had a coaching change right before signing day. I think it was like 3-4 days, and so that didn't end up working out. So I was kind of scrambling to find a spot. Ended up at Colorado State. That didn't work out, and so I ended up here. So it's been kind of a journey for me to get here, but all worked out for the best. Just got to keep working.
I think Kirk said, did he not meet you until August? Was that the first time that you actually met Kirk Ferentz?
Yeah, I didn't meet him until I got here on campus after I already committed. I talked to Lester, obviously. He came to see me throw, but yeah.
Could you have imagined all this when he was watching you throw on, what was it, May, I think it was?
Maybe not then, but once I committed here, it's the goal to get a play on the field. So, yes, sir.
During the broadcast, they mentioned that you would come in on Thursdays on the off day and work with Keller Chris about just what the game plan that week. Like, what was that kind of did you come up with that, or like?
Well, you have to be dialed in every week. I've been in college football. I've been at another school. I know what it takes to be a great quarterback, and that's what it takes. Is you have to be in the film room, have to be getting better every day. Doesn't matter where you're at on the depth chart.
How has that helped you maybe to be ready for this moment that surprisingly came up?
Well, it's been a great help. Obviously any extra time you can get in the film room is going to help you out as a quarterback, especially. So yeah, it's been.
What's going on?
I have no idea. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
What's this journey been like for you? You started more games than anybody in college football.
It's been an unbelievable journey. It's been one of those things where you look back and you enjoy the ride, but you got a couple more games left. You know what I mean? So it's been awesome. It's been fun. It's been everything that you can dream of and more. I'm thankful for the coaches. I'm thankful for the teammates, all the competitions, all the battles, all the practices. You know what I mean? So it's been unbelievably fun, and it's something I'll look back on the rest of my life and I'll miss and I'll cherish, and I'll be a proud Hawkeye, Cavalier, everything, and just a college football player.
Will it be an emotional game for you coming up here?
I would like to say hopefully not. It's my third senior night, but but I think that knowing that this one is really it. I think you never know what's going to happen on Friday night. How I'll feel, but just try and keep my emotions in, and we got one more after it though. So, but just enjoying it and look forward just to competing one last time at Kinnick Stadium.
What's it been like to play next to Jay?
It's been awesome. When you have a guy like that of that caliber, two people who are on the same track, the same mind, it's been so fun. And then off the field, that's my brother. That's one of my best friends for the rest of my life. I'll call him, I'll text him, and it's not just a Iowa thing. It's for life. He's my brother. So it's been awesome being able to play next to him and just share that bond, share that relationship, and everything we've gone through.
Was Jay at all involved in trying to get you to Iowa, or could you have ever anticipated the connection that you two have had since you came here?
No, honestly. Even our relationship last year in just 6 months was pretty much how it is now. So I couldn't imagine. I had brothers at Virginia, and I couldn't imagine having that relationship that fast with somebody else. And yeah, Jay Higgins, just everything here has been unbelievable. He'll be in my wedding, So that's my guy. I don't know how it really happened that fast. The whole recruiting process. He told a crazy story the other day, basically how he knew we had a mutual connection friend, basically. And so he knew of me a little bit ago. I knew of him, but we never really put it together until now. And then now, look, we're best friends. So it's just crazy how that world works.
Are you engaged? Or?
I am not engaged.
Okay, I didn't know if that was hypothetical wedding or actual, there's something stone.
I'm not engaged.
What is it, if you could pinpoint something that has bonded you and Jay, outside of just being great linebackers for the Hawkeyes, what is it that's kind of mended you two together?
I probably would say shared focus. I think we have the same goals. Just to come out, compete every day, put everything forward to our team, both team first oriented, and I think that's really kind of put us together, and we put our prides aside and we just compete for one another. And then I feel like we're just real similar kids, I just think we like to joke around, we like to have fun, we like to just go out to Chipotle, just simple things in life, So it's been honestly, I can't really pinpoint one thing other than just the way we just operate. I think we operate very similar, and we just make some jokes, and we're just really similar kids.
Did you make the right decision to come back, for 6 years? I mean, all these years, a lot of people are leaving early now. And why did you make that decision?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't have any regrets of coming back. I think that was the best decision for me. And I think that that's just ultimately where my heart is. And I think that I'd encourage more kids just to do it. I mean, there's no opportunity you get with your brothers like this. And it's just been unbelievable. It's been everything that you could dream of. So 6 months in Iowa really wasn't enough for me. And just having that extra year was awesome because I got to be more involved with my friends. I got to be more involved in the community. I got to learn the defense for a whole offseason instead of 3 weeks of fall camp and then getting into it. And it's just one of those things where, I mean, I just feel blessed. I feel blessed that I got to be a Hawkeye, and feels like I'm not just a transfer anymore. You know what I mean? It's just not a 6-month transfer. It feels like I'm a Hawkeye for life now.
Did it help prepare you for the next level?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you have Coach Wallace, Coach Parker, and those guys working with you for a whole offseason. I definitely feel way more prepared for the next level.
You're not a guy who I've seen a lot of emotion off of the field from. Do you think that's going to be different when you're running out there on Saturday for Senior Day? Do you think there's going to be much more emotion than normal, knowing that it's for sure your last game?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that. I mean, there will be emotion, but contained. I don't know how much I'll show it. I kind of keep it to myself a lot, but yeah, I honestly don't know how I'll feel. It's my third one, so I kind of been through the process a couple times, but knowing that this one's really it. There's no year 7. I have no idea how I'll feel. So I wish I could give you that answer. But I definitely know internally I'll be feeling a lot. It's just how it comes out externally.
How much a Nebraska game mean to you? Just in general, this rivalry, the Heroes game.
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, last game of the season, rivalry game, trophy game. You treat it like every other game, but obviously it's a rivalry game. So it definitely means a lot. That they're a really good team. They come out, they play really good ball. And they're on fire. So we got to come out, we got to compete. It's the last opportunity in Kinnick, and I think that means a lot to these seniors, just to come out and compete and just play our hearts out for the senior class.
Defensive lineman, not worth a crap at that, so I had to go play O-line and put on knee braces, and I wasn't the most athletic guy. I wasn't the most physically gifted guy. Guys are lapping me in the weight room, I'm sure, but just understand I gave it all I could, and every day I came with a lot of energy. So that's the big. At the end of the day, there's certain things you can do as a human, as a football player, that can make you stand above others and rise up when others fall. So
Thanks, Mason.
Yep, thank you.
Gosh, I don't know if I realized that you were a D lineman when you first came in.
Yeah.
Similar to you. I mean, do you and Logan have kind of the same career track?
No, I was better at D-line than Logan was, and I'd like to say Logan's gotten a little fatter this year than I have, but outside of that, yeah, we've got a similar career track in that sense.
Okay. What were you a D end or D tackle?
I was an end in high school, and then I just played O-line right away here though.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I never got switched here. They recognized it early on.
They knew what you were capable of.
That's right.
Well, boy, I mean, I don't know if they've come out with the Joe Moore Award finalist, but still, Doak Walker Award finalist out.
Yep.
Caleb's on there, and I have to imagine this O-line takes a lot of pride in being able to at least take some credit for that.
Yeah, I think it's part of it. Obviously, he's a great running back. I think Saturday he had one of his better games he's had in terms of breaking tackles, getting those yards when maybe it doesn't look like it's all that great, but he's been really good these last couple weeks, and just really commend him for all of his work he's done this season, in season. In the off season he was kind of shaky up and down. We didn't know we had 4 or 5 good backs coming into the year, and he's just kind of emerged above it. And you've just been able to see, I think he's understanding, where it's at. He's got great vision now. Not saying he used to not, but he used to kind of just run around everybody, and it works sometimes, but when you face a good team or good pursuit angles, it's much harder to do that stuff. So he's worked really hard during the season. You've been able to see that, so he's done a good job.
I know you've got a game to focus on this weekend, but I have to imagine for you guys and a lot of the seniors are still in kind of reflective mode or thinking about your careers, your journeys, as we've talked about, your transition in position. Anything that jumps out from your career that you're really thinking about this week?
Oh, that's a good question again. I don't know. I think obviously it's. When I came in, I wanted to be 3 and out. I saw Tristan Wirfs do it, and I'm like, oh, I can do that. It's easy, right? Just come in, play 3 years, and leave. And then I realized how much he hang cleans, how much he squats, how good he is on the football field. Okay, well, maybe I can be a different version. Early on, I put a lot of pressure on myself. If I've learned anything, it's just understanding that, not every you can't skin a cat the same way or whatever that saying is. And you know, for me, it was just about working every day and coming with energy, enthusiasm. Like I brought in a lot of sayings for I think the O-line to have. You know, we talk about some of the JV or the push the twos. You know, they come and Mondays they're probably tired from the weekend. They travel with us and they got a full pads practice after our shells, and then the next day they show up. It's Tuesdays is the toughest day of the week, and we call it Tuesday Blues. And we'll look around and see if anybody's moving around, got their hood on, you know, dragging their feet through the hallway. They got the T-bers, and so I've brought a few things like that, just trying to spark the guys. You know, at the end of the day, there's something bigger here than football, and I think if I've learned anything, it's just that you got to be willing to do it every day and bring that energy. So,
will Friday be emotional for you?
Yeah, I think it should be. I'm not sure. You know, it's been a whirlwind of a season. Obviously, we've had a great year, I think, as an offensive line, but you know, I'm really bought into the game plan, I think, right now. Maybe when you know, the pregame in the morning starts and stuff like that, I might get a little emotional. But for me, it's just about going out there and leaving it all out there for one more game. You know, it's a lot different than, you know, last year. And last year we came in here and you guys were like, is there something important about, you know, playing this before the Big Ten Championship? Now it's just both of us ain't going to the Big Ten Championship, right? It's just about, this is kind of our Big Ten Championship, if you will. You know, there's a trophy on the line, and, you know, the two programs that are really hungry. And I think, you know, it's just about mentally who's able to handle the short week better.
Will you be able to eat all you want Thursday?
Thursday?
Yeah.
I think we're doing Thanksgiving on Wednesday, but Thursday, I mean, we get pretty big. I think you got to be careful now. It's getting a lot colder. You don't burn as many calories, but you know, I think I'll kind of eat the normal amount. I'm usually a Jersey Mike's guy the day before, so a giant number 8. That's my order. Mike's way, no tomatoes.
England for an NIL deal or something?
NIL deal? Oh, yeah. Shout out. They got to help me out. I've been trying for that one for a while.
Yeah. Nebraska's that game mean anything to you? I mean, as far as like the rivalries go, anything special about Nebraska that you look forward to in this rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, this is my number one rivalry. I can't stand these guys. You know, I respect them a lot. But like, there's a lot of family I have that we go play in Lincoln. They're still wearing red, and you know, to me, it's just a testament to, you know, how storied their program's been. Obviously, they've had a really good year this year. You know, been impressive to watch. If we're not playing, or the next opponent we're not playing isn't playing, you know, I'll probably watch them most of the time. You know, I've been hungry for this game. It's very exciting. You know, I think we got a lot of guys in the room who understand that. There's a couple guys from Nebraska. You know, a bunch of guys have played in this game. So, you know, it's going to be physical. I think they do a great job on defense, and you know, I look forward to it every year just because, you know, it's a little more personal to me from that area more than like Wisconsin or Minnesota or something like that. But
do you wish that you were able to keep them out of a bowl game again? That maybe Wisconsin would be them and you could do it like you did?
Oh yeah, you know, I cheer against them every week. You know, I don't, if Wisconsin, Minnesota, I don't care who's playing them. Iowa State could play them. I'd cheer for Iowa State somehow. But you know, they are going to the bowl game. You got to give them credit. They've had a really good year. I know they've responded the last 2 or 3 weeks. I think, you know, they're on the climb up. But you know, I think it's just everything's on the line for both teams, right? There's a trophy on the line at the end of the day, and pride, you know, the state rivalry and stuff like that. But you know, they're going to be really. I think they're going to be ready to go. You know, I hope they are. You know, because I think we are too. And it's just about mentally just being able to handle the short week.
Why do you have all these Nebraska fans in your family? I forget, where are you from originally?
I'm from Kansas City, but like my whole dad's side's from there. Like my dad played there.
Oh, your dad played in
Nebraska?
Nebraska?
Yeah, in the 80s, so long time ago. But
really?
Yeah, I grew up watching them too. It was just, they didn't care about me either, and it's fine by me. I've had a great career here, I think, and you know, I'm so glad I became a Hawkeye and Hawk fan. Black and gold. Black looks better too. It's a lot slimming, and everything. I don't have to wear those big white pants and look all fat and stuff.
Did your dad, was he an O-lineman too?
He's a safety. He's a lot shorter than me.
Really?
Yeah. I got it from his side though. I don't know how.
But he played for Osborne then back then?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it must have been. But
is he ever emotionally conflicted on these days?
Oh no, not anymore. He you know, he supports me through and through. That's the most important thing. I appreciate him for that. And he had a choice to make my grandpa. You know, he still lives in Kearney, and you know, he's got black and gold on every Saturday instead of that gaudy red or whatever. And yeah, so you know, it's a lot more personal to me. It's personal to a lot of guys on the team, I'm sure. But you know, I think we're gonna be ready to go. It's a big rivalry game. It'll be fun.
What about when you graduate? Then will your dad go back to being
no,
a fan?
No. Trust. Well, and then my little brother's going to K-State, so he'll be wearing purple probably. But
okay.
You know, he loves the Hawks. He walks around with a lanyard around his neck every day, and you know. It's been good. This last year was good. Obviously, you know, these rivalry games, you get a whole year of bragging rights, so you can brag for a year until, you know, Friday night comes. And it's just, you know, that trophy sits in the middle of the field on whatever side it is, and, you know, it's up for grabs. So
Mason, I wanted to ask about Jackson and just what he's done over these last few weeks, what you've seen from him. Being a left tackle with a variety of different quarterbacks who have come through, just what he's been able to do and what you've seen from him.
Yeah, he's done a great job, I think, being calm in the huddle. You know, you've been able to see, I think, his growth and his confidence definitely spike. I mean, if the guy came into the year thinking he'd start a game, I think he'd be delirious, in my opinion. But, you know, situations come up, and, you know, he's been ready to go. I think that's the most important thing. He's not treating it like, I'm a backup, I can't do this. No, he understands what he can do. He understands what this team needs, and he's done a great job stepping up for our offense and, you know, leading us in the huddle and stuff. He's, like I said, he's super calm, super stoic, not too high, not too low, no matter the moment and stuff like that. So it's been able to appreciate that a lot from him, and, you know, him being able to step in there is a big thing for us.
It seems like the team has really rallied around him. Is that start, like, at the top with Coach Ferentz? Is that, like, O-line being the big dudes around him, rallying around? Like, where does that stem from?
I think that stems from, funny enough, the defensive field. I mean, you know, his nickname's Shaggy. I heard they were calling him Shaggy on the broadcast this weekend, which is hilarious. But Coach Wallace called him that, and those scout guys had his back. The defense, you know, he was throwing dimes against them too early in the year. We could see it, and then, you know, I remember there was 3 or 4 weeks ago he had a developmental, you know, the 2s and 3s were in, and he had a drive. He picked them apart, and, you know, the defense will say the same thing. I'm sure they've got his number a few times too, but you know, it started from over there. You know, we've all had pride in him, I think, for a while, and, you know, so he's kind of blossomed into this celebrity status on the team, if you will, and with his look and stuff. But like I said, he's just calm as ever in there, and he's been doing a great job. He can throw good football, so.
Thanks, Mason.
I want to hear a little more about your dad. Did he play in the league or anything, or did he get a chance in the next level?
No. He you know, he played in Nebraska, and that was big enough for him, I think, at the end of the day. But no, he played there for a while, and like I said, you know, there's part of his family that still wear red. You know, still go to all the games. I see those red balloons fly and all that crap. So, but it's just. That's just half of my family, so that's the biggest thing for me. Sometimes I gotta lean back into my mom more often than not on these weeks, and but, you know, it'll be exciting on Friday night, and, you know, get to go against them. It's a big deal.
Were you always a bigger guy than your dad? I mean, I assume if he was playing safety, he was a little bit more slight frame.
Yeah, I sprouted him in 7th grade, I think it was. My brother probably sprouted him a couple years ago, so he's just like him. They're mirrors, but. You know, I'm more like my uncle on my mom's side for some reason, but I sprouted him back then. I got a little bit bigger than him. It was comforting because at least, you know, I knew I could kind of defend myself if any punishments came up.
What position's your brother going to play at K-State?
Linebacker.
Okay.
Yep.
Big dude too.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
It works really well. You remember, like, seeing that in practice and those reactions of just like, okay, cool, but, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't remember seeing YA's spin move.
No, Max's.
Oh, Max's. YA was talking about Max's? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you see it working in practice a lot, but you see him doing it over and over and over, and then, you know, he pulls out in the game and it works, so it's cool. You know, he does a good job for sure.
What's Friday going to be like for you?
You know, I'm excited. It's going to be a great opportunity to go back out there one last time in Kinnick Stadium and be out there with my teammates. Yeah, just super excited for that. Yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun, a lot of mixed emotions, but, you know, we got a job to do, so we just got to take care of business.
I know logistically, probably a challenge. Is your dad going to be able to make it to Kinnick?
Yeah, he will. Yep.
How's he going to work that, getting back for?
Oh, he's not. Yeah, he's missing the game.
Oh, is
he really? Yeah,
he
is. He's ending the streak of his.
What's
I just learned.
at?
I just learned because Chad posted about it yesterday. 357 games. So my family was talking about it, but, you know, otherwise I probably wouldn't have seen it. But
what does it mean though? He's missing the game to be here with you.
Yeah, it means a lot. It does. You know, I've known about it for quite some time. You know, I'm sure he wanted to be at my senior day and everything. So yeah, you know, it means a lot. But, you know, to miss that game too is you know, really substantial, and, you know, something he obviously wants to be a part of, and but he's been a part of a lot of them. So, you know, I'm excited that he'll be here, and we'll get to spend a lot of time with our family, and you know, my niece and nephew will be here, and, you know, all my sisters, my brother, and my girlfriend. So we'll have some quality time. It'll be good.
Are you an emotional guy? What's that going to be like when you're running out on the field and you see your dad there waiting for you?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to react yet. It'll be interesting to see. You know, I'm just excited, you know, to be out there, and, to hear the fans and everything like that. It'll be really cool. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to it.
How much does this game mean? It seems like there's so many big things here. It's senior day. It's your last game in Kinnick Stadium. It's Nebraska, a big rivalry game. It seems like just a lot of things really converge on this Black Friday game.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously got a lot of respect for Nebraska, and they're a good team, and we're just really excited for the opportunity to go out there and play again, and have another opportunity in Kinnick. It's the last one, so we gotta go out there and take advantage of it. But yeah, it's just the biggest thing is going out there and having fun, and being ready for the test.
We broke out the team huddle, and everyone just started running to their spots and everything. I remember I was like, where's everyone running? Like where do I got to be? I had no idea where I was supposed to be at. So everything was happening fast. I was just a young kid that just didn't know. So I just remember everything was moving really fast, and now looking back, being an older guy, it just obviously it slows down, but you can appreciate the moments. But I just remember those were my college wake up moment, wake up moment. It was everything's really moving really fast. You had to learn really fast, but it was a hell of a ride. So it was cool.
I can imagine that just thinking about some of the receivers that you would have had to defend against, whether it's even just in drills, Brandon Smith, who can post up anybody, Amir Smith-Marset, who can blow past anybody, Laporta obviously is making some money in the NFL too, just like they are. Were there any moments that you just went, okay, I definitely got to get better at my technique, or I'm not going to last very long?
Oh no, yeah, definitely. Definitely being as a young player, you always I wasn't sound in technique as being a young guy. There's been moments like that, like you said, Amir Smith will blow past you, and I underestimated his speed. And we're having a one-on-one drill. I was a young guy. He just went past me. And someone mentioned what happened. I'm he just ran past me. he just ran past me. But same thing with Laporta. When we're I think our fourth year, I don't cover him that much. But I remember one time I had to cover him, and he just gave me a little shake, and I just didn't expect that he can the shake. It was a good move, and things like that. Didn't cover Brandon Smith, but yeah, there's a lot of guys that came in here that are not playing in the NFL right now, but there's been good players that had good traits about them that they knew how to utilize, and there's a lot of good players, a lot of learning. I got better from a lot of players from the competition, so yeah.
Was there ever a moment when you were on the field as a player that you did something that impressed yourself, that went, okay, I got this, that I can be pretty good out here?
Yeah and no. I knew I was a talented kid, but I didn't have everything to be a good football player when I came here. But there's plays where I was like I kind of expect myself to make. So it's just on to the next one mentality, if I'm being honest. And as I got more accustomed, more confident in my abilities, and I guess covering or whatever it is playing against linemen, shutting them off. Just understanding that I can do that in this level, and just understanding my ability, being more comfortable, and understanding that I'm confident that I can do these things. That's I guess I wouldn't say proud of, but just understanding that I can and do certain tasks. So that's the best way I can put it.
It seemed like the 2022 season, kind of looking back, was a big one for your development, where things kind of really accelerated.
Yeah.
Looking back, what was it about that year that was so helpful for you?
I was still even though I was going to my fourth year, I was still I never had a real playing time, real valuable game time. So it was still a learning process. It was just if I was a younger guy, I don't know, a sophomore, or freshman, because I never really had that time. I didn't know what I didn't know. So I just getting comfortable, adjusted to playing, taking those reps, meaningful reps. So yeah.